Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for another video. Sorry about that. Back at you again with another video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels as well. And follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Do it now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Wednesday night, April Fool's Day. Hopefully you didn't get fooled. And if you did, well, too bad for you. And just want to make an announcement that I have the COVID. I have the coronavirus. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go wrestling otaku who made a video saying he had the coronavirus and profited off it. Dumb. You don't make a joke out of the coronavirus and think and think you can get away with it. That's fucking dumb. But I digress. It's just stupidity from this fucking community making fucking videos claiming they have the coronavirus and I don't have it. God forbid you do get it. You know, make you look stupid. Anyway, I'm watching AEW Dynamite right now. They got Yukura Shida against somebody. I don't know who the hell this chick is. They're in a different location. They were in Jacksonville at Daly's place, or whatever the name of it was. Now they're in a different location. It looks like a warehouse. But you know, it's different, and as always, AEW's kicking ass. They had Trent versus Kenny Omega in a great match, which we all know, which Kenny Omega won with the one-winged angel. But I'll talk about AEW probably a little bit later tonight on my review, and then I'll watch NXT tomorrow. But right now, on this April Fool's Day, April the 1st, 2020, on the Killer of Demons channel, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday night review for March the 30th, 2020, from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. All right, we are just 3 days away from WrestleMania 36 that no one's going to give two shits about. So we got NXT tonight with some takeover matches. The North American title being defended by Keith Lee, taking on Dominik Dijakovic and Damian Priest. And we also got some other stuff going on the show. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have takeover matches, which should have been happening on Saturday. But now that WrestleMania is too big for just one night, NXT TakeOver got canceled because of this fucking virus. And yay! And that's all I gotta say about that. So, you know, TakeOver, we're gonna get TakeOver matches over the next coming weeks. We got Adam Cole, baby, against the Velveteen Dream for the NXT World Title. And I think we got the tag team belts being defended by the Bruiserweights, though I don't know if that's actually true. That might happen after these TakeOver tapings, probably sometime in May. Though I'm hearing rumors that WWE is going to be taking a hiatus after WrestleMania. I don't know, because Florida is now on a shutdown, so WWE is fucked because they can't go anywhere. AEW can go where they please. I mean, I don't know if they're in somewhere in Jacksonville. They're in Timbuktu. They're in Matt Jackson's basement. I don't know. They're in the PWG arena in Reseda, California. Who knows where they are right now? But they're somewhere, and they're having a grand old time taping. They've been taping, so you're not seeing this live tonight. These are all tapings, by the way, because they can't do it. They could do it live, but we'll see what happens with that. And AEW over the next coming weeks, you know, they get storyline progression. Eventually, this fucking virus is gonna end. Hopefully by June 1st. I'm hoping by the end of this month, really, so we can start getting back to normal and hopefully start the arena and people can go back to their normal jobs and stuff. But I don't think that's gonna happen until maybe June, maybe by August, by the end of the summer. It sucks. So that means SummerSlam is in question. And a lot of sporting events are in question. The NFL season, the NFL preseason, that's in question right now. We don't even know there's going to be a draft. It's not going to be a live draft. Probably be an online draft, there'll probably be something like that. It'll probably be an online draft, or they'll do something on the NFL Network. I don't know. We haven't said it, and the NFL drafts in just about 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Really, at the end of April, usually it happens. I think it's going to happen around August 28th, somewhere around there. So, who knows what's going to happen with this fucking virus? You know. I'm coughing because I got a freaking tickle in my throat. Not because I don't. Not because I'm sick. Hopefully I'm not, but I got allergies up the wazoo. Let me take a sip of the old bubbly. No, not bubbly, but the old Pepsi. And that's it. So we get that. So let's get to Monday Night Raw. Shall we? You already wasted 7 minutes of your precious time that you could be doing, probably jerking off or something like that. Whatever. Anyway, so Raw was on Monday. It was an okay go home show, and it wasn't the greatest go home show in the world. And that was that. But otherwise, it was pretty solid, and that's it for that. And we move on. So we start the night off with a video hyping the Undertaker and AJ Styles match coming up this weekend, the Boneyard match, or the Buried Alive match, the proper term. But we'll see what happens with that. And that leads to a great promo by the Undertaker. And he didn't look like the Undertaker that we all know and love. He looked like a mix between Taker, Phenom Taker, and American Badass Taker. He had a freaking bandana, like a bike. It looked like he had a biker vest on. So he was kind of in between Biker Taker and Phenom Taker. Well, maybe it was a little bit of a mix of the Corporate Ministry Taker, or the Ministry of Darkness Taker, whatever you want to call it, and American Badass. So we don't know what version of Taker we're gonna get this weekend. I'm hoping it's freaking. I don't mind Biker Taker. I was okay with his gimmick back in like 2000, 2002. But I really liked Phenom Taker, Ministry Taker. I like Ministry Taker probably the best out of them all. Ministry Taker was fucking badass. You know, with this whole ritual, and all the shit he did. You know, putting Stone Cold on his freaking symbol, and then putting Stephanie on, and then supposedly trying to marry her, and then Stone Cold had to save him, which led to, I think, their match at WrestleMania 10. Not WrestleMania 10, SummerSlam, because it wasn't at WrestleMania 10. I don't think Taker was at 10. I forget. Anyway. So we get that, and Taker comes back. Well, Taker's also come out. Taker's on satellite, and mentioning his real name, Alan Jones, since they're being real. He says you either have a big set or a big mouth, but your ass is writing checks your ass can't cash. And he mentions 10 or 15 years ago, you wouldn't have wanted to step to me or that roster, since he was in TNA, and WWE had a great roster back then, with the ruthless aggression turning into the PG era. And that roster was pretty damn fucking deep. Triple H, Cena, Roman. No, not well. Usually Cena, Big Show, Triple H, guys like that. Edge. Well, Edge to a certain extent. 15 years ago. Yeah, which was 2005. So basically 2005 to 2010, their roster was fucking deep. You know, you had Stone Cold on the show every once in a while. The Rock will come on once in a while. Hogan was there once in a while. Flair. You know, stuff like that. He mentions you were a big fish in a little pond and you waited until they all left but me. Like, he mentions Booker T and Edge and Orton, blah, blah, blah. Flair and all that. All big names, really. He says you'll pay the ultimate price in a boneyard, your idea, which was AJ's idea, kind of committing career suicide, pinning himself in a match that Taker's 0-2 in. We might mind her that Taker in a Buried Alive match is 0-2. Lost to Mankind, lost to Vince McMahon. So yeah. Not a very good record for Taker, even though this is his specialty match. And both times he's lost due to some help. So who knows what's going to happen in this Boneyard match. This might be Taker's last match. You know, Gallows and Anderson can get involved and put Taker in the grave and help AJ win the match. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I mean, they'll get involved, but I think eventually Taker's going to bury AJ. That's what I think is going to happen. I wouldn't, you know, they filmed two different scenarios. So they taped AJ winning, and then they taped Taker winning. You know, don't make him go 0-3 in a Buried Alive match. Make him win one at least. Blah, blah, blah. He says, you want to be relevant at Mania, then I will make that happen. Try me, I'll make you famous. So he's talking a little American Badass. So that was pretty good. Then he says, bring those two ass clowns, Gallows and Anderson, with you so you can feel the unholy trinity I'm bringing down on you, and you will rest in peace. And that's it. So we got that. We have Jon Moxley doing a video. So right now on AEW. He's still not able to compete. And actually, in 2 weeks, Jake Hager will take on Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title match in an empty arena, which we all know it's already in an empty arena. But it's a no-holds-barred match. So that plays in favor to Moxley. So that's going to be interesting to see in 2 weeks. Hager and Moxley. I think, you know, Moxley's not going to lose that belt to Jake Hager of all people. No, there's no way. I think it's no holds barred, so anything goes. So the Inner Circle get involved. The Elite can get involved. It's going to be total clusterfuckery. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But anyway, so that was a pretty good promo from Taker. As always, he's the king of promos. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So we're going to have to see what happens. You know, AJ did a video. It was on a WWE exclusive. I didn't hear what he had to say. So take it with a grain of salt. So AJ responded to what Taker said, but I don't remember what he said. So, but still, it was a good promo from Taker, as always. And we'll see what happens this weekend at WrestleMania in that Boneyard match. And that's all I can say about that. So we move on from there. All right. Then we see the man, Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, arriving in her big rig, the Bex Express. Nice play on words with the Lex Express from back in 1990-something. And that was 95 or something like that. Anyway, so Becky's in the building. and she reminds us about her victory at last year's WrestleMania over Ronda and Charlotte. And then we get to their match from last year, winner takes all title. Ronda defending the Raw Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch, who was the man. The man gimmick was getting way over round Survivor Series time. It was starting to get heat up after she won the Royal Rumble. So she got her title shot, then she got suspended, then she got put back in. You know how this how it happened. So they show the match, which, you know, if you've seen it, and they're gonna show it, so you get to see it again. So they show the match, and we all know Becky won after countering Piper's Pit by Ronda, creating her into a pin for the 1-2-3, winning both belts, thus becoming Becky 2 belts, and then she lost the SmackDown belt, I believe, to, I forgot who she even lost it to. I don't think she lost it to Charlotte. I think she lost it to I forget who she. I don't remember that far back how my memories come. Not that, you know, well, way back it's good, but like certain like current stuff I'm not that great with. So that's all I gotta say about that. So I think she lost it to so Becky becomes Becky 2 belts, and then like I said, she lost the SmackDown belt. She's held the Raw Women's Championship almost a year now, and she goes to face Shayna Baszler, the #1 contender, at WrestleMania, probably on night 2. But we'll see what happens with that. We get that. So then after that, they show that. I didn't have to rate anything. We come to the Performance Center, and Becky rejoins us, says Shayna's the latest to try and take the championship. She has things to prove and doesn't know who she is without the belt. She knows she didn't do, which is beat her, so she can finally steal Ronda's spotlight, or she'll lose and be back in her shadow. And then out of nowhere, Shayna Baszler attacks from behind with a cure-fitted clutch, choking out Becky, and then bringing her over to the announce table. And then she picks her up, and then picks her by her legs, and then goes boom, slams her right into the announce table head first, knocking her out. And that's pretty much it. And then we got Marco Stunt on AEW, that little fucking runt. Hope he gets beat tonight by MJF or somebody. I don't even know who he's facing. Oh, he's facing Lance Archer. Oh, boy. So Lance Archer debuts with Jake Roberts. So Lance Archer's squash match of the week begins with Marco Stunt. So if you need to go to the bathroom, go now. But if you want to watch Lance Archer kill this guy because everybody dies, go watch it. You know, and Jake Roberts and Lance Archer's player. Jake is talking right now and cutting a great promo. Trust me, I'm Jake Roberts. So we get that. So continues the storyline with Becky and Shayna leading into WrestleMania. I still think Shayna's gonna win the belt. You know, sucks it's not gonna be in front of a crowd, but she's gonna win the belt and she's gonna hold on to it for a while. I think Becky will get her rematch probably at the next pay-per-view, whatever that is, and whenever that is. Might be Extreme Rules, who knows? There's nothing going to be happening right now. There's no nothing cemented right now after WrestleMania. I mean, I don't even know if they're still going to be doing taping. They're still going to be doing taping, supposedly. I don't know if they're going to do it from the Performance Center since Orlando is Orlando. Most of Florida is on shutdown now, on lockdown for, I believe, 2 weeks. So, I mean, they got enough in the can for about another week or two. So we'll see what happens as they lead out of WrestleMania. because there's going to be a post WrestleMania show, which is usually a good show with debuts and mostly rematches from WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens with that, and we're going to move on from there. And that's basically what I got to say about that. All right, then we get to your squash match of the week. Another Aleister Black squash match. This time he takes on a young man named Jason Cade. Don't know this guy. It must be a NXT enhancement talent. And just like he did with Leon Ruff, beating him in like 30 seconds, 30 seconds to a minute, he beat Jason Cade in 35 seconds. It starts off with them going at it, and then Black trips him up, and then he does his pose in the middle of the ring, and then Jason Cade's like, "What the hell is he doing?" And then he tries to kick Aleister Black. Black catches the leg, kicks him in the face, and then he hits Black Mass right in the mush to finish this guy off. And rest in peace, Jason Cade. He was 28. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, yeah, so Aleister Black gets the victory. Match I gave 1 out of 5 stars. I really didn't give 2 craps about this match. But, Black supposedly facing Bobby Lashley, though Bobby Lashley's now quarantined, so this match ain't happening. So you can forget about that match unless they're gonna do it after WrestleMania, depending on how Bobby Lashley's health is. I don't even know when they're gonna do it. Like I said, Bobby Lashley's quarantined, so the match may or may not happen at WrestleMania. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they took it off. But if it does happen, I think Aleister Black's gonna kick the crap out of Bobby Lashley. Still be a good match, but I think in the end, Aleister Black's gonna hit Black Mass on Bobby Lashley. Though I'd like for him to hit it on Lana, but shut her up for once. And that's all I got to say about that. So, like I said, 1 out of 5 stars for that. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, then they hype Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. They showed the video, from last week, where Owens were talking, and then Seth, talking about his WrestleMania moments and saying Kevin never had his WrestleMania moment. Blah 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 blah. All right, then we get a segment with Selena, the very hot Selena Vega. She announced that Andrade is injured and is not going to be competing at WrestleMania, and she's found a replacement, a new hot talent in WWE, and that man is Austin Theory of NXT. So him and Angel Garza are going to team up to face the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team belts, and presumably lose because Austin Theory is going to get too hot-headed. And Street Profits going to blah, 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 blah. So speaking of Austin Theory and Angel Garza, they team up with the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, as they take on Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. Selena Vega was at ringside. Match was all right. Wasn't anything to write home about. Starts off with Kevin Owens and Austin Theory. Nothing to write home about there. The first time they met. Kevin attacks right away with some strikes, and then the Street Profits come in with some double teams, and then Montez Ford goes to the outside with a tope con hilo. As we go to break, we come back. Garza cuts off Ford, and then he rips off his pants, making Selena Vega very happy. And Theory tags in, and then they isolate Ford for a while. But Ford comes back, tags in Angelo Dawkins, and he goes nuts until Seth cuts him off. And then they isolate Dawkins for a while, ground and pounding. Garza takes over, and then Seth takes over the tag, keeps things grounded, hits Sling Blade, but Dawkins fires back, tags in hot Kevin Owens, who goes nuts on Garza, hits the Swanton for a near fall as Austin Theory makes the save, and then all 6 men are in the ring. Montez Ford tries for a tope and lands on his ass. that had a botch because I think Austin Theory was supposed to catch him. And he missed. He forgot. Botchamania. And that's all I gotta say about that. Sorry about that. So anyway, while that's going on, Kevin has Angel Garza in the ring. He hits the Stone Cold Stunner. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens and the Street Profits prevail, and they get the win over Seth Rollins and Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Match was pretty decent. I gave it 2.25. Would have been nice for maybe Seth Rollins to get the win over like one of the Street Profits, but that was that. So we get that. So like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Seth lays out Kevin with the curb stomp after the match. Lays out Kevin. And then we go to break. We come back. Kevin's in the ring. He's like laying down, sitting up in the ring. He cuts a great promo, saying Seth kicked some sense into him and says this place was built in spite of Seth because he came to WWE and entitled dipshit. Yes, he actually said dipshit. They had to bleep it, of course. And he can see that. Kevin knows he has a past to deal with, meaning most of his Ring of Honor stuff. But he isn't delusional like Seth. Seth isn't a god. He has all the same accolades as Seth, but he didn't get them on his own. None of Seth's accomplishments came on his own either, and he needs to be honest with himself. He says the past doesn't matter, so come Saturday, so I guess Saturday night, they will finally battle one-on-one, and Kevin will beat him and take his first Mania moment from him and burn it down. And we'll see what happens with that on Saturday night on night 1 of WrestleMania. So like I said, we'll see what happens with that. And we have a Dark Order promo with Brody Lee. Oh, he kicked Evil Uno's ass. Oh, boy. There's trouble in the Dark Order. Whatever it is. It is what it is. You know, I'm going back and forth between this review and AEW something. So you get a little abbreviated AEW review. So great promo from Kevin. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens this Saturday night on WrestleMania. Personally, I think Kevin's going to get his revenge, get his first WrestleMania moment by pinning Seth Rollins. And I think the feud may continue on for another month or so. It's not going to end. I really don't think it's going to end after this. And if it does, I don't know where Kevin's going to go. If he gets thrust into a WWE title picture. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Excuse me. All right, then they hype Edge and Randy Orton with a great video package. And that leads to Edge cutting a promo, talking about Orton calling him a junkie for being Edge. Well, Adam Copeland being a junkie for Edge. Edge agrees because he loves it so much. He loves the fans and came from them. They are all junkies for this. So basically, we're all junkies. Go figure. He says, if you aren't, you're just taking up space. He talks about Randy being handpicked for Evolution and getting by on his family name, just being okay. But he says grit is making your own Hall of Fame career, fighting to come back after 9 years to end things on your own terms. He says Randy, and which scares Randy, and the voices told him to make a horrible mistake. He says, you almost had me thinking it could be over, but you attacked my wife, Beth Phoenix, talked about my little girls, Lyric and Ruby, and pulled me back in. Just when I was out, they pulled me back in. Edge says, well, just to grab the torch Orton took for granted, meaning with Mick Foley. He says, this time Orton's falling, but he won't pull him back out. He'll just push him down deeper, so deep he'll never come back out of it. He says Edge Orton isn't happening in front of a live crowd. You know, he actually admits it. So, this would have been way better with a crowd. Way better. but it's still going to be a brutal match. Last man standing match at WrestleMania. Probably be night 2, I think. Then again, I don't know. It doesn't matter what night it is. It's still going to be a good match. But we'll see what happens. So, great promo from Edge. And most of the night was promos. Not that many matches. So, this is Promo Mania, if you want to call it that. Which was good. They did a little out of the normal, what they used to do. But still, most of the promos were pretty damn good. So, this was pretty good. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens with Edge and Randy Orton this weekend at WrestleMania. And I think Edge will get the win and beat the living bejesus out of Randy. But that's all I got to say about that. All right, after that, we go back to the Performance Center. And in the ring, we go for our next match. We have the wonderful and very talented, my first wife, Asuka. Nobody is there. You know who is. That's all I gotta say about that. She rants and raves, talking in Japanese. Welcome to Kama-chan TV. Something like that. She's basically bad-mouthing her opponent, Caden Carter, who gets some time on Raw, as did Austin Theory. So that's pretty nice. This is actually a rematch from Main Event, which Asuka won. And match was a minute suckfest. Carter got a little bit of offense in with a dropkick for a near fall, but then Asuka came back and beat the bejesus out of her, hitting a German and then a really sick buzzsaw kick a la Tajiri. Then she locks in the Asuka lock, and Caden Carter had no other choice but to tap out. So, like I said, it lasted a minute, and that was basically it. So, really showcased Asuka, and which leads to Asuka cutting a promo on the announced position on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, who and Kairi Sane will face this weekend for the women's tag team belts, as they take on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, the Kabuki Warriors, and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. They'll do battle for the women's tag team belts. And I don't know what she said, but it was pretty damn fucking good. So we'll see what happens this weekend. I think this will be the end of Kairi and Asuka's reign as champions. Lots of rumors saying that maybe Asuka and Kairi are going to leave. You know, Kairi got married. That's why she hasn't been on TV the last couple of weeks. But she somehow came back to tape the match, and then probably went back to Japan to be with her husband. That'll be this guy. But I don't live in Japan. She went back to New Jersey and came to sit on my dick. But I digress. And that's it. Taking on Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall. I guess you'd think who knows who wins this match. And it's going to be QT and Dustin Rhodes, that's for sure. I don't even know which of the Dark Order they're facing, though. It's not doesn't look like it. I think it's the Beaver Boys. Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Then again, it could be two of them are. So who knows? Anyway, so Asuka cuts a good promo, and all that I gave 2 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right, after that, we got footage of Charlotte attacking Rhea Ripley outside the Performance Center as Rhea Ripley was coming in. So she gets beat down, and Rhea took it, and that was basically it. And that was all I gotta say about that. All right, then after that, we get another replay. This time it's 2019, and a no disqualification match for the WWE title. We had Brock Lesnar taking on Rey Mysterio. Booyaka, booyaka. This is when Rey and Brock were feuding over Dominic. Dominic got involved, and Brock kicked Rey's ass, and then Dominic got involved, and then later on, Cain Velasquez got involved at Crown Jewel. And Brock beat the crap out of him. So we get that. So if you missed the match, you get to watch it, and if you didn't see it, go watch it on the WWE Network for that low price of $9.99, even though you get it for free right now because of the coronavirus. But I digress. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, it was a pretty decent match. When Brock was going berserk in the beginning of the match, and then Ray comes back, and then him and Dominic low blow Brock, and then follows with some pipe shots. Dominic leads in some chair shots, and they hit the double 619. And then Dominic hits a frog splash. Ray hits one. They look like they got to win the belt, but then Brock kicks out of 2.5, and then Dominic goes up for, it looked like he was going to go for a moonsault or something, and he hits a sick German suplex. Then Ray comes off the top. Brock catches him, hits the F5. 1, 2, 3. He retains the belt, which he's had since God knows how long. And still a pretty decent match. So that was that. So, and we all thought that it was going to lead to Dominic turning on his dad. That didn't happen, as Ray kind of meandered away in the last couple months of 2019. And then it was in the Royal Rumble. And then Ray got involved with Andrade and Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, who thankfully is not in this feud with Andrade anymore, because I don't know what they took him off. It was supposed to be a fatal 4-way for the U.S. belt, but since Andrade got hurt, they didn't figure to do that match. And since Ray is quarantining himself, God forbid he has the fucking coronavirus. Who knows? But it was reported that Corey Graves and Carmella had the coronavirus, so they're taking up some time off. So they're both in a 2-week quarantine, which sucks. I hope they get better. But who knows what's gonna happen now? Now that other people have been around them, like Naomi and all most of the women's roster, and Michael Cole's been around Corey Graves. God forbid Michael Cole gets it. Not that I care, but God forbid he gets it. It just sucks. So we get that. So if you missed the match with Brock and Ray, it was all right. It wasn't a quick match. It was about 6.5 minutes. Well, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Awesome. So typical Brock match. Just like the match with Drew McIntyre is going to be. Probably going to be about 5 to maybe 10 minutes max. And then I don't know where they're going to go with it. I know they taped 2 different scenarios. I think they might go with Drew winning the belt, and it sucks it's not going to be in front of a crowd. But I think Drew wins the belt, and then he'll go on to face another challenger, which may be Kevin Owens, or maybe Seth Rollins. Who knows? Oh, look, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes got the victory. Woo! Somebody give me a hug. So that's pretty much it for that. The damn fucking new. And that's pretty much it. All right. So like I said, I didn't really give that a rating because it was a replay. So if you missed it, you missed it. You saw it, you saw it. That's all I gotta say about that. All right. Then they run down the card for Mania. So if you don't know the card, go look it up. And that's that. All right. Then we end the night with the WWE champion Brock Lesnar, and as always, his spokesperson. My name is Paul Heyman. So they're in the ring. Paul does his usual shit, and he basically cut a great promo, hyping Mania, basically saying Brock is the man in his go home position in the go home segment of the go home show. He says he's the beast to slay, the conqueror to conquer, I should say. Drew has stepped up and is special compared to the guy on the street or dumb as sin in the gym. He's special compared to the talented locker room. He's special. The Rock was special, but was decimated by Brock. Hogan was special, destroyed by Brock. Randy Couture, John Cena, The Undertaker, all special and all legends, but ended up not so goddamn special, and they bleep goddamn. It was stupid. Now Brody Lee's coming out to stare down Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall. And that was basically it. So you have a stare down. Brody Lee goes to ring. I guess he's gonna kick the crap out of Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Yep, that's what he did. What a powerbomb. You don't want to piss off Luke Harper, especially if you're Vince McMahon. So we get that. So yeah, Brody Lee basically kills somebody, and the guy was probably 22. Who knows how old the guy was? I think it was John Silver or some indie talent under the mask. So we get that. So like I said, Paul mentions John Cena, The Undertaker, not so goddamn special, just Brock's bitches. The Claymore is effective, but Brock's fought through more. He knows the Claymore is coming now, and either will counter it or we'll find out the Claymore can end him. Paul says they will be in the same spot next year. Talk about how Drew failed and got beaten fugly by Brock. He says Drew will walk into Mania special and will walk out Brock's bitch. That's it. So another great promo from Paul. I mean, Paul E is fucking gold on the mic. I mean, he's been doing that since he was in the Dangerous Alliance back in WCW, back in the late 80s, early 90s, before ECW was a thing. And then, when it was ECW, it was a fucking gold mine. And, all the way up till now. So 30, just about 30 some odd years of Paul Heyman. Just fucking genius, a mastermind, whatever you want to call Paul Heyman. He is fucking great. And that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens this weekend with Drew McIntyre and Brock. Probably be on night 2. Probably the main event. Maybe the main event in night 1, maybe, but who knows. Like I said, I think they might go with Drew to win. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they go with Brock to beat Drew, and Drew continues his Braun Strowman-like journey to the WWE title. I think he'll eventually get it. I don't think weekend, but I think eventually, maybe by SummerSlam, he'll get that match. Maybe get a rematch after. Maybe Brock cheats to win, and Drew's pissed and he wants another match, and then he'll eventually get it either at the next pay-per-view or at SummerSlam. Because who knows what's going to happen with WWE after WrestleMania? If they're going to do more tape shows, or they're going to go on Paris Ends. Because AEW might be doing that. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? So, great promo from Paul. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And like I said, we'll see what happens this weekend at WrestleMania for the WWE title. And who comes out of that with the WWE title. And that's really all I got to say about that. And yes, I got to shave this manly beard because I'm a man. I'm over 40. That's all I got to say about that. I am fucking old. 43 fucking years old. Prime of my life. That's all I got to say about that. All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all liked it. And if not, well, fuck you, man. And that's all I got to say about that. So, my final rating for Raw, I gave it pretty standard 6.5 out of 10 stars. It was a pretty decent show for a go-home show. We'll see what happens with NXT tonight, and as they have their show and a little bit of takeover with the North American title. So we'll see who comes out of that with the belt. It could be Keith Lee. I'm thinking it's gonna be Keith Lee, but we'll see what happens. And now we got a Chris Jericho promo. Le Champion, well, former Le Champion. in his jacuzzi, I guess, at his house in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I don't even know where this is. Probably Florida somewhere. So he's talking about Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy, yes! Probably talking up a storm. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, like I said, giving you a little bit of AEW involved with my Raw review. But like I said, I'll talk about AEW a little bit later. I just had late lunch. I might have a snack for dinner. I don't know yet. So I gotta digest it, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So that's it for Raw. Once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for the show. If you have any questions about the show or anything about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, anything in the world of professional wrestling you want to talk about, put it down below in the comment section of this video, and we shall see what happens with that. And that's all I got to say about that. So AEW review coming up later tonight. Talk about the show, what happened with the segments and a couple of matches. They have introduced a new title, which is going to be fought over in a tournament, which I believe begins next week. We had a couple of the matches announced. I think it was Sammy Guevara and the other match. I forget the other match that was in the tournament in the first side of the bracket. Because it's an 8-man tournament to crown the first ever TNT champion. So this basically is the TV title. You just renamed it the TNT title. Basically the TV title. So I would not be surprised if MJF is in it. I would not be surprised. Kip Sabian, I think, is in it. So basically the mid-carders title. So anybody can go for it, I heard. So that's basically that. And looks like Jericho is in at the compound of Matt Hardy. Because we just saw Vanguard 1. Now he's chasing Vanguard 1. He threw the champagne bottle at Vanguard 1. You stupid piece of shit, Vanguard. Oh, now the dogs are out. And Vanguard 1 took a Inner Circle shirt and is flying around. It's very fucking funny. Yeah, I think they're at the Matt Hardy compound. Or somewhere in Florida. Who knows? Fucking funny as hell. That was it for that segment. So we get that. And now we have Tony Schiavone and Coat Sucks Dick Cabana. And that's that. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'll do a more in-depth. Actually, since I'm here, we got the brackets. We got Lance Archer and Colt Cabana in the tournament. Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, Kip Sabian against Dustin Rhodes, and Shawn Spears versus Cody. So Cody's in this little thing. I think it's going to come down to Cody and Lance Archer. I have a feeling it's going to come down to it because I've been promoting it so much. And next week we got Shawn Spears and Cody in the first round of the tournament. And also in 2 weeks, Jake Hager versus Jon Moxley in an empty arena no-holds-barred match for the AEW World Title, which I think Moxley will win. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I gotta say about that. So a little bit of AEW mixed in with the review. So if you don't like it, fuck you. But like I said, later on, I'll give you my more in-depth review. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So I'm gonna go watch the end of AEW, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of a rest, and then later on, probably around 11, 12 o'clock, maybe close to 1 o'clock, give you my AEW review, and then I'm gonna go to bed because I gotta go to bed because I'm tired and don't got work tomorrow or Friday, so I'll get to stay home and be with the lovely Mrs. Gilmore. Now she's back, thankfully. So she's kind of quarantining herself, but nice to have her back. Just so nice to have her back. Now my anxiety has calmed down a little bit. You know, I still got a lot of it with work, and I've been just working like crazy now. with the morning shift, and then I got an afternoon shift on the weekend. So making the money that you really wish you had. And got my I found out how much I'm getting my tax return. Not much, couple $100. Had to pay off $20 back. Had to pay $20 back to the IRS. $20 because of fucking insurance, but my medical insurance, that is. So sucks, but at least I'm getting a decent size check, and then I get my stimulus check. So that basically I'm getting $2,000, a little around $2,000, which isn't bad. Plus another one to follow after that. So getting a lot of money over the next coming months, which really would help me pay my bills. So I can send out a couple checks. Get the Young Bucks somewhere in they have a makeshift ring. I don't know where the fuck this is at. Probably in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Matt Hardy's property or some shit. Matt Jackson's property somewhere. And they're fighting and talking. And Nick Jackson looks to be getting better, showing his family, which is nice. And that's all that. That's basically all I got to say about that. So once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Raw. And I'll be back later with my AEW review. And hopefully you liked it and you sent in questions. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off on this Wednesday night, April Fool's Day. And like I said, if you did a prank, hopefully it was a good prank. And if not, well, you need to get your head out of your fucking ass. That goes for a lot of people here in the YWC. And I think you know who I'm talking about. Not that guy. Not Mr. Dickless. A couple other people that I won't mention. But they need to get their heads out of their asses. And that's all I got to say about that. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Bitches.